What actually happens if you eat every morning without brushing first? Last night. Your mouth became a construction site, not for teeth, for bacteria. While you were asleep, millions of microbes built a sticky, organized layer across your teeth. And this morning, the very first bite you take doesn't just feed you, it feeds them, and within seconds, they begin producing acid directly on your enamel. This isn't about skipping brushing once. This is about what happens when you eat first. And clean later. Because that one small habit quietly changes the chemistry inside your mouth every single morning. At night, saliva slows down. Saliva is your mouth's natural defense system. It helps wash away food, neutralize acids, and keep things balanced. But while you sleep, that protection drops. And when it does, bacteria get time to settle, attach, and organize into something called a biofilm. This biofilm isn't random, it's structured. Almost like a shield. By morning, your teeth are coated in it, even if they look clean in the mirror. Now imagine this: you wake up and eat breakfast without brushing. That first bite doesn't just nourish you. It activates everything already sitting on your teeth. Certain bacteria, like Streptococcus mutans, break down sugars and carbohydrates. And as they do, they release acid, not later, immediately. Scientists track this using something called the Stephan curve. It shows how the pH in your mouth drops within minutes after eating. From neutral to acidic. Fast, and when that shift happens, your enamel enters a different environment. In acidic conditions, minerals like calcium and phosphate begin to leave the surface of your teeth. This process is called demineralization. It's microscopic. You won't feel it. You won't see it happening. But it's part of a constant cycle that depends on what's happening in your mouth at that moment, and here's the detail most people miss. It's not just about what you eat, it's about what was already on your teeth before you ate. If this becomes a daily pattern, things don't suddenly change overnight. They build gradually, quietly. In the first few days, plaque begins to organize. It's no longer just leftover particles, it becomes a living system of bacteria working together, holding onto the surface of your teeth. Over time, minerals from your saliva can begin to interact with this layer, making parts of it harder and more stubborn to remove with regular brushing. As this continues, your body may begin to respond to what's happening along the gum line. The gums can become more sensitive as they react to the byproducts of bacterial activity. But your mouth isn't defenseless. There's a built-in recovery system constantly working in the background. Saliva. After acid exposure, saliva helps neutralize the environment and brings minerals back toward the enamel surface. This process supports the natural balance between mineral loss and repair, but this recovery doesn't happen instantly, it takes time. And here's the key: if you're eating frequently throughout the day, or starting the day with an already active biofilm, that recovery window becomes shorter. The environment shifts again before it fully stabilizes, so the issue isn't just sugar, it isn't just breakfast, it's the starting condition of your mouth before that first bite even happens. When you brush before eating, you're not just cleaning your teeth. You're disrupting that biofilm. You're removing much of what would interact with your food in the first place, so when you do eat, there's simply less on the surface to immediately convert those sugars into acid. Same food, different starting point, different outcome inside the mouth. And if brushing first isn't always possible, even small actions can make a difference in how your mouth resets. Rinsing with water, for example, can help clear some of what's sitting on the surface. Stimulating saliva can also support that natural balancing process. This isn't about being perfect every morning, it's about understanding what's already happening before you take your first bite, because every day starts somewhere, and in your mouth. You're never really starting from zero, you're starting from whatever was left behind. Subscribe for more health tips and watch out for next video.